Just as it seemed like the dust was settling and Durk's lawyers were preparing to file a motion to dismiss, a shocking development has emerged. Over 230 gigabytes of raw footage and audio recordings have surfaced, some of which allegedly link Durk to a second murder-for-hire plot. This new case could drastically escalate the severity of his legal situation, potentially upgrading his sentence from life in prison to the death penalty. The evidence is reportedly so damning that even full cooperation with federal authorities may no longer be enough to save him.
I feel like even if he snitch, he can't get up out of it. If they got him like that, I feel like even if he tell right now, he can't.
What secrets could these new revelations be hiding? Could the evidence actually be legit? And the biggest question of all, could Lil Durk really be facing the electric chair in the near future? Let's break it down. The shocking murder allegations out of Chicago are turning heads. For those who haven't been keeping up, Lil Durk, real name, Durk Derek Banks, was arrested back in October 2024 in Florida on serious federal charges tied to an alleged murder-for-hire plot aimed at Quando Rondo. Then, during a detention hearing on December 12, 2024, federal prosecutors dropped a bombshell in court by connecting Durk to a second previously uncharged murder-for-hire case out of Chicago. This second case involves the January 27, 2022 killing of Stefan Mack, a 24-year-old who was reportedly a shot caller for the Smashville set of the Gangster Disciples. Mack was gunned down outside the Youth Peace Center of Roseland on 111th Street. A place ironically meant to be a safe space in one of the city's most dangerous neighborhoods. Mack was hit in the head and chest and died at the hospital. A 40-year-old security guard also caught a bullet in the leg during the crossfire but survived. In 2023, two Chicago men, Anthony Montgomery Wilson, 24, and Preston Powell, 23, were arrested and charged with conspiracy in Mack's murder. The feds allege they were paid to carry out the hit. The million-dollar question? Who put up the money? According to newly unsealed federal documents, prosecutors believe the trail leads directly back to Lil Durk. So what was the motive? Prosecutors claim Durk ordered the hit as revenge for the June 2021 murder of his brother Dante Banks Jr., known as D. Thang. D. Thang, 32, was shot and killed outside Club O in Harvey, Illinois on June 5, 2021. That night was chaotic, multiple shooters let off rounds, and even a Harvey police officer was injured during the chaos. The unsealed documents include a warrant application, filed in April 2023, which remained sealed until December 11, 2024, just one day before Durk's detention hearing in the LA case. That filing contains explosive claims. After his brother's murder, Durk allegedly began offering money for the killings of those responsible and even put out bounties targeting any gangster disciple members. The FBI believes the Smashville faction of the GDs was behind D. Thang's death and that Mack had direct ties to that crew. Backed by an affidavit from FBI Special Agent Thomas Callahan, the unsealed application alleges that Durk either funded or orchestrated Mack's killing as retaliation, essentially putting a price on the heads of rival gang members. What's turning heads even more is the evidence the feds say they've collected linking Durk to Montgomery Wilson and Powell, the alleged shooters in Mack's murder. Federal prosecutors are building their case from multiple angles. Text messages suggesting cash was exchanged for a hit, intel from confidential informants, street-level snitches, and phone records that allegedly link Lil Durk directly to the suspected shooters. Perhaps most damning is a social media post that reads, "Did Durk give you that money?" A line prosecutors are interpreting as confirmation of a payment tied to the murder. Adding to the heat, prosecutors are pointing to lyrics from Durk's February 22, 2022 track, AHHHAA, where he raps, "My brother D. Thang just got killed, and I've been slow since gang, but we got back on they ass. I bet they know this." Federal agents argue that this bar is a thinly veiled reference to retaliation for D. Thang's killing, possibly through the execution of Stefan Mack. It's a controversial tactic drawing criticism from within hip-hop circles and beyond, as the government continues to use rap lyrics as evidence, a key issue in Durk's separate Los Angeles case as well. The FBI also claims to have photographs that show Durk with one of the accused shooters, Anthony Montgomery Wilson, strengthening the case for a personal connection. However, the full contents of these photos haven't been made public. Crucially, as of April 27, 2025, Lil Durk has not been charged in connection with Mac's murder. Multiple outlets, including the Chicago Tribune, report that the investigation is ongoing, but no formal indictment has been issued. This indicates that prosecutors may be using the Chicago allegations strategically to bolster their arguments in the LA case rather than to pursue a standalone prosecution at this time. Durk's legal team, led by attorney Jonathan Brayman, has firmly denied any involvement in Mac's murder. During the December 2024 detention hearing, Brayman told the court, "That's other people. Our client has nothing to do with that," emphasizing that Durk hasn't been charged in the Chicago case and that these claims are being used unfairly to paint him as a violent threat in a separate matter. Still, the allegations have had real consequences. At the December 12, 2024 hearing in Los Angeles, Assistant U.S. Attorney Ian Yanalou cited Durk's alleged connection to the Mac murder and his supposed bounties on rival gang members as signs of a disturbing pattern. U.S. Magistrate Judge Patricia Donahue agreed, denying Durk's request for a $3 million bond and ordering that he remain in custody while awaiting trial. Legal experts are watching closely and questioning whether it's appropriate for prosecutors to bring up uncharged conduct during pre-trial proceedings. Critics argue that it could unfairly prejudice judges and juries by implying guilt in crimes not formally prosecuted, something that could seriously complicate Durk's defense. Beyond the courtroom drama, the Mac case underscores the broader crisis of gang violence in Chicago. The Gangster Disciples, one of the city's largest and most entrenched street gangs, have long been tied to countless shootings across the South Side. With multiple subsets and rival factions like Smashville, their reach and the violence there associated with remains a major concern for law enforcement and the community alike. The Smashville gang's presence in multiple neighborhoods causes both external conflicts and internal beefs, like the one between D-Thangs and Mac's people. Mac getting killed outside a Youth Peace Centera place meant to be safe shows how violence reaches even protected spaces. The allegations against Lil Durk raise questions about the connection between his music and alleged gang ties. Prosecutors claim OTF isn't just a label, but also works as a criminal group. If Durk ordered Mac's killing in January 2022 to avenge D-Thang, it could support claims that he also went after Quando Rondo in August 2022. Still, Durk hasn't been charged in Mac's case and is presumed innocent. The current evidence texts, calls, and social media posts is mostly circumstantial and only matters if proven valid in court. Using rap lyrics as evidence is another controversial move. Critics argue drill music often uses fiction and exaggeration, and treating it as fact is unfair, especially for black artists. That's the heart of Durk's legal fight. To understand how things reached this point, we have to look at the first LA case, where his legal team now claims a major piece of evidence is false. Durk, real name Durk Derek Banks, went from Chicago's streets to stardom. But now he's caught in a federal case full of gang ties, betrayal, and revenge, a story that feels like a movie. The conflict between Lil Durk and Quando Rondo allegedly escalated to the point where Durk sought to eliminate his rival by any means necessary. According to witnesses and confidential informants, Durk allegedly placed a bounty on Quando Rondo's head, determined to end the feud with his enemy's death. This move reportedly set in motion a violent chain of events that culminated in a deadly shooting and a federal investigation. On August 19, 2022, chaos erupted at a gas station near the Beverly Center in Los Angeles. Surveillance footage and witness statements revealed that 3 masked gunmen ambushed a black Cadillac Escalade carrying Quando Rondo and his relatives. Quando survived, but his cousin, Savia Pab Robinson, was fatally shot. 18 shell casings were found at the scene, underlining the brutality of the attack. Investigators quickly ruled out random gang violence. Instead, evidence pointed to a calculated assassination attempt allegedly funded and organized by Durk and his inner circle. Financial records revealed that members of Durk's crew flew into Los Angeles the day before the shooting on flights paid for with an American Express card linked to Durk and OTF. Text messages cited in an FBI affidavit showed Durk cautioning one alleged co-conspirator. "Don't book no flights under no names involved with SICMEA," warning seemingly aimed at avoiding a paper trail. Surveillance footage also caught two white vehicles, a BMW and an Infiniti, tailing Quando's Escalade around the city. Both were later tied to members of Durk's team who had just arrived from Chicago. The brazen daylight attack triggered heightened surveillance from both local and federal law enforcement. On October 24, 2024, the FBI arrested 5 individuals tied to the case: Kevin Grant, DeAndre Dantrell, Wilson, Keith Jones, David Lindsay, and Asa Houston, charging them with conspiracy to commit murder for hire. As authorities closed in, Durk allegedly attempted to flee. According to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, he booked 3 international flights within hours of the arrests headed for Dubai, Switzerland, and Italy destinations that would make extradition more difficult. But the FBI intercepted him before he could leave the country, bringing the high-profile case into full public view. The federal indictment paints a damning picture of only the family, OTF, the rap collective Durk founded us, more than just a music label. Prosecutors allege it functions as a structured criminal organization, with Durk at the helm, using his influence, finances, and connections to orchestrate acts of violence under the guise of music industry business. According to federal documents, authorities allege that only the family, OTF, Lil Durk's music collective, operates as a criminal syndicate, engaging in acts ranging from assault to murder. Prosecutors claim that group members are expected to follow Durk's directives, with violence being used as both a tool of control and a means of maintaining street credibility. One key figure, co-conspirator 3, an alleged OTF member, is described as instrumental in planning the August 2022 murder for hire plot. Court records show that he handled logistics, including booking travel, securing lodging, and acquiring equipment for the hit, all reportedly funded through American Express accounts tied to Durk or his associates. Notably, Durk himself was in California in the days leading up to the shooting, staying at a rental home in Encino with core OTF affiliates. Travel accommodations and vehicles were all arranged by co-conspirator 3, tightening the circle of alleged evidence around Durk's direct involvement. But just as the case against Durk was gaining steam, a new twist emerged: betrayal from within, his inner circle. Rumors began swirling that someone close to Durk, long trusted and deeply embedded in OTF, had been secretly working with federal investigators, feeding them inside information and helping build the case against the rapper. In the rap world, loyalty is sacred, and this betrayal sent shockwaves through Durk's team. If you listen closely to Durk's lyrics in songs like Pele Coat and Risky, the warnings were always there: cryptic lines about fake friends, snakes in the grass, and watching his back. What once sounded like gritty storytelling now feels like prophetic caution. It's as if Durk sensed something was off, but never realized the threat was coming from so close. Even 50 Cent, a hip-hop legend, familiar with betrayal and industry politics, picked up on the strange energy around Durk's camp. In a recent interview on The Breakfast Club, 50 spoke about working with Durk on Power Powder Respect, the theme song for Power Book 4 set in Chicago. During their collaboration in 2022, 50 said he felt uneasy about some of the people around Durk. "I told him, just watch your crew," 50 recalled. "It didn't feel right. There was something off in the energy." According to 50, Durk didn't brush off the warning. Instead, he admitted that he too had noticed something strange happening behind the scenes, an eerie confirmation that someone close might already be playing both sides.